Hello everyone, this is Shanaz and you are watching Clinical Research Info YouTube channel. So in this video today I am going to discuss about career guidance or which domain in the clinical research, which domain you should select. So when I am talking about the clinical research domain, I always prefer all the domain related to the clinical research. For example, biostatistics department, clinical trials department, or clinical operation, quality assurance department, also clinical data management department, medical writing department, and uh, I think all are covered, I guess. I might have missed some, if you like one or two domain, but I am referring here all the domains into the clinical research. The lot of questions that arise from the students that what particular domain they should select while they are entering into the clinical research. And once they enter into the clinical research domain, for example, they have entered into the CDM domain, can or students could move into the another domain after 1 or 2 years. There are a lot of questions related to the particular day-to-day life also, like for example, what is the day-to-day life of the CRA, or what is the day-to-day life into the pharmacovigilance department, or what is the day-to-day life into the medical writing department. And of course, on the basis of that particular thing, you should select your career, because I have seen a lot of professionals there who have selected one career as a particular in the one domain, but after 2 or 3 years they find it that I am not feeling interested in this domain, I want to change my domain. So that may happen with you. So basically what will happen at that moment, you will be after 3 years you are going to select the particular your interest level domain. So what I believe is that you should select your domain before initial career, or before or at the time of the initial career. Why I am suggesting here is that you will be able to understand the process, you will be able to understand, or you will be able to decide whatever you are going to decide after 3 or 4 years. So here what if I will cover all the domain, like for example CDM, day to day life, biostatistics, day to day life, CRA, day to day life. So what will happen, this video is going to like 3 or 4 hours, and it will be very lengthy, and I'm sure you are not you don't after this completion of this education, you don't want to attend like 4 to 5 years lecture. So I decided is that I will divide all this information into the part 1, part 2, and part 3, or n number of video series, in which I will talk about individual domain, like CRA domain 1, part 1, then CRC domain, and then CDM domain. That will give you an idea about that particular domain, what will be your career options in that particular domain, how many years of experience you should have to enter into that domain, or what should do as a fresher, and what particular knowledge you should have as a fresher. So that all things will I will cover in that particular video. Now, so then what is the purpose of this video if you are preparing this video? Okay, so the purpose of this preparing this video is that, first of all, I want to tell you that whatever is going in your mind, whatever you are thinking about a particular domain, just remove it from your mind. Empty your mind, whatever anybody has suggested to you, or somebody has said you that this department is too good in related to the earning scale, related to the pay scale, or related to the growth, or something like that. Why I'm asking you to remove all these informations from your mind? Because once you enter into particular domain, all these things which you have learned is going to evaporate. You will be kind of person, you will not be able to get an idea. Once you get into the industrial level, you will be feeling like you are working a lot your work, and you completely forgot things part. So why I am suggesting here is that you have to select your career depend on your expertise, your interest, your intelligence, and your personal factors. you don't have to decide your career on the basis of someone's opinion. Why I am referring to opinion is that probably you might have listened from somebody that this domain is paying well than this domain. For example, you might have listened that the pharmacovigilance domain is paying you more than CRA domain or CRC domain. So you will get confused about those all those informations which you were getting from the different person, and you will be thinking that pharmacovigilance domain is paying so much, so I should go to the pharmacovigilance. Now what will hear that you are not having any idea about the pharmacovigilance domain, what is actually their work, or whatever the work is going on into the pharmacovigilance domain, is it really your interest level, is it really the things which you are going to do in the day-to-day life. Just imagine yourself, you are waking up in the morning, you are having your breakfast, and afterwards you are running to the office at the 9 or 9:30, and you are reaching the office, and that the same important thing you are going to do into from 9 to 6. Now at that time you have to decide that whatever work you are going to do from 9 to 6, is it related to your interest? If not, you will not be give 100% to that particular job, and that will impact your output, and accordingly if you will not be interested, you will not gain the knowledge, and knowledge is the key for every success. You will have to understand these things also. You should not decide your career on the basis of someone's opinion, and also not like friends opinion. Why? Because if someone is for example, expert level opinion always matters. If you are taking expert level opinion, that is completely fine, that is very good. But if you are taking the opinion from your friends level, so you should not take that opinion. Why I'm referring here is that whenever someone give you opinion related to any of the matter, you always have to analyze one thing, whether that person is aware about that particular thing, because that person will not be aware about that particular thing. For example, if your friend is referring you that clinical data management, you will get paid high, and clinical data management department is very good compared to the other domain, so you will have to analyze at that level that does your friend know about the clinical data management thing, and also you will have to analyze that how much that person is knowing about that particular domain. That is what you have to understand, is that is what you have to analyze it, and then decide your domain, and decide your career, not domain, decide your career on what particular thing you want to go. Another part is that when students ask me about different domain, so they always ask me about the scope and the growth. Here because there are a lot of concept, or like a different concepts and different understanding of the growth and the scope. So when I asked to students that how do you define the growth and how do you define the scope, so they were asking, few of the students are related it to knowledge and skills. Few of the students are referring it to the pay scale, that like how much package you will get annum or something like that. So here when I discuss about all these things with the students, all students have different mindset. Now when you as a student, or when before 5 years when I was a student, I was also referring to these things, that okay, this domain is paying so much high, so I will go to that domain. But after 5 years I got to know it doesn't work like that. What you have to do is that first of all find your interest, and then find your whatever your location, whatever your target location is. So with the growth and the knowledge thing, I must tell you that there are a lot of scopes in each and every domain. It is not like okay एक ही डोमेन में बहुत अच्छा स्कोप है, दूसरे डोमेन में नहीं है. नो, in clinical research domain, each and every in clinical research industry, each and every domain is having scope. Each and every domain is having scope. It is not like that this domain is having a scope then this domain. No, it is not like that. Why I am telling you is that because clinical research industry is evolving industry. It is something which is going to be bigger after 2 or 10 years. So this industry is going to bigger, and it is not like that pay scale will be less in this particular domain. So why I am telling you about this is that whatever domain you are selecting, that will be limited to your personal factors also. For example, there might happen that you are only binded to particular location. For example, you are binded to Hyderabad location, so you will have to understand that you will have to find particular industries into the Hyderabad. I am giving you a simple example of all these things related to interest, related to expertise, related to the pay scale, and related to your personal factors. Now, so for example, I am a fresher and I am living in Hyderabad. Now my interest of domain, I am a student and I am not understanding what is the day-to-day life, but I like traveling. I want to travel across the India. I want to know about the research, what are the research are going on. So basically what is fit in my career option is clinical research associate domain. So what I will decide is that I want to go into the clinical research associate domain. Here what will happen, that I will have to do is, personally I will have to list down all the industry name first. I will have to find out all the industries where clinical research associate works. That is the first priority of my career option, that what are the list of industries which are offering CRA job offer at Hyderabad location, because my parents are at Hyderabad and I can't leave Hyderabad location, so I will have to find that particular Hyderabad. Now, for example, there is another fresher who is interested into the domain of the ECRF preparation, something like that, or ECRF design, or he is something like IT department or software skills or something like that. So the person will look into the CDM department. Now what will happen, there might be chances he is also limited to the CDM like Hyderabad location. So that person will list down the CDM industries. CDM industry list, the person or the fresher will export all the details of the related to the CDM domain, whatever the industries are there. So he will list down and he will collect the HR email and prepare one wonderful resume with cover letter and email body, and then send it to that particular industry. Now here when we talk about the growth and pay scale, is that when you so the important part here in the pay scale is, whenever you are asking about the pay scale is always good in each and every domain. It is completely depend on which company you are selecting, and how many years of experience do you have, and what value you are going to add into the company. So when we talk about the pay scale is in each and every domain it is equal. It is not like that this domain is paying much and this domain is paying less. Why I am telling you here is that you have personally have to find the particular salary package or something package, whatever the pay scale particular company is providing. You don't need to believe on A person or B person or C person or D person. Why? Because you will have to believe on the real factors. For example, if I am telling you that my package is n lakh rupees per annum, it is not like कि जो भी मैंने बोला वो सही है. It will not be like that. So what you will have to do is believe in the real numbers. Now where you will find the real numbers, where you will find that what particular industry is giving you like this much package. So that thing you can find under the Glassdoor website. You just only have to make your profile, visit the website, navigate the website. Also you will learn about the interview questions of the particular industry, that what particular company is asking you, what sort of questions. There are a lot of list down will be there, company overview will be there. So you have to understand. See, in this era of 2020, it is something like, each and every knowledge is there on the internet. You just have to Google it. So Google it, find out it, and know the real scenario. Understand the real scenario. Don't select on someone's opinion, or don't decide on someone's opinion that this is those I'm going to do this. Because what will happen after 2 or 3 years, when you will be in industry, you will not be happy if the domain is not at your interest level. If you will focus on the pay scale, or you will focus on something else, things will not work out, because there are a lot of factors which may affect. So what you have to do is, you have to select your domain on the basis of your interest. Also run aptitude test. Why I am suggesting aptitude test is that it will help you to understand your skills. Also it will help to understand each and every process, what is your interest. Sometimes it may happen that your subconscious mind knows about the process. So you have to analyze yourself first, and then decide that what particular domain you want to go. So first, interest level. Second is your particular intelligence in that particular thing. Third is the knowledge. So when I talk about the knowledge here, is that there are two sort of knowledge in this domain. One will be the education knowledge that you have already taken. The second domain will be that is self knowledge. So, the second thing will be that is the self knowledge. You have to be a hungry mind. You have to understand, you have to gain the knowledge of each and everything. Whatever is coming in the way, you have to gain the knowledge of that, and then accordingly you will be able to answer recruiter very confidently, because you are having that knowledge. You are having that knowledge, and that thing is going to make recruiter to hire you, because you are having a lot of knowledge in that things, and that things is going to give you the big opportunity. And when recruiter has decided to hire you, so that means whatever the pay scale you are going to offer, they will provide you. So that is what I want to say, I want to convey to you, that decide your career on the basis of interest, intelligence, run aptitude test, know your personal factors. Also sometimes it may happen that you are binded to particular location, and what will happen that, for example, the particular domain whatever you are looking for, that particular domain doesn't have much openings in that particular area. What will happen, once you will get selected into that particular domain, but then after 2 or 3 years, whenever you will find that the job openings or something like that, job openings will be very less at that time. And when you will apply for that particular domain, what will happen, there will be a lot of competitions, and you will have to compete each and every person in that domain. So understand that thing also, that whatever the domain you are going to select, you should first understand that what are the industries, lists of industries are there in your particular area where you are going to apply, and then what are the openings, total openings in the month are coming from those industries. You can analyze from the LinkedIn, you can analyze from the Glassdoor, you can also analyze from the Naukri.com. Just analyze it and understand the process. The different factors which I have already mentioned, you have to select on the basis of that. Lot of questions have also came from the MSc students, that whether they have done they should do clinical research course or something like that, diploma course or something like that. What my suggestion is, you don't need to do any course into the clinical research. If your syllabus had already included the clinical research subject, you already is expert, you already have the basic knowledge of the clinical research. You only have to gain the knowledge from the free courses or from the internet. That is what you have to do. You don't need to go for the PG diploma and pay 1 lakh or 4 lakh rupees. You don't need to do it. Yes, if you are a bachelor's, so you should go for the PG diploma and pay money. But if you are master's, you should not go for the PG diploma in clinical research. And also there is a one platform, LinkedIn Learning, where there are a lot of free courses are available. If you are looking for the certificate course, you can just collect the certificate and finish your training, and then collect the certificate and mention it into the resume that you are having the certificate into the clinical research, and that will be the perfect to enter into the clinical research domain. The main thing is whatever is in the resume you should know, and whatever is not in the resume but whatever is the related to the like into the particular job, you should know, you should understand. Now here the question will also arise that how can you compare the one domain to another domain. I mean, as a fresher you will not have an idea that what CDM specialist is doing, what clinical trial assistant is doing, what clinical research associate is doing, what medical writers is doing. So what I suggest is, here go to the LinkedIn, find out the list of the openings, whatever. For example, if you want to select into, if you want to understand that what clinical CDM department is doing, so just list down the CDM domain, and then understand the job and responsibility of that domain. That will help you, make you to understand that what particular domain is doing what work. For example, in CDM domain, it might be mentioned like CECRF design, data cleaning. So find out in Google that what is data cleaning, how the process takes place, or you have a conversation with any industry expert on the LinkedIn. And whenever you are messaging to the industry expert level person, just don't initiate or don't commence your conversation like hi sir, how are you, because the person might be busy, the person is not able to answer you, prompt answer you, and person is not going to have chit chat with you that I'm good, how are you, like kind of that. Whatever is your question, just shoot it, and that will help you to understand. So just list down all the jobs and responsibilities from the LinkedIn, or whatever the job portals are there. You can just extract all the job and responsibilities, and understand that okay, in this particular domain you have to do this sort of job, in this domain you will have to do this sort of job. If you are not able to understand, drop a message to the industry expert level. The person who will be free will answer you. There are a lot of kind people also, they will answer you, they will make you understand that what is that. So as a person, then afterwards you will understand that whether you can able to do this job or not, whether it is your interest area or not, whether your intelligence level is matching to that particular domain or not. And according to all these factors, you have to select your career in that particular field. So this is all about how you should select your career, and how you should select the domain, and how you should decide the entire process, and then proceed towards your career. So I hope that I have answered all your questions, and I will prepare individual video for each and every domain or particular domain. So stay with me, and I hope you like this video, and keep subscribing my channel, so I will give you all the knowledge related to the clinical research. Best of luck. Thank you.